Welcome back, everybody, to Thinkiverse Podcast for another deep dive. Today, we're going to be looking at health and wellness from around the world, as always, unlocking knowledge across the spectrum every day. And I'm Ryan Lamas.
Hi, everyone.
And I'm joined today by Rana Esqueto.
It's great to be here, Ryan.
I'm excited about this one, Rana. This is going to be apple cider vinegar, ACV. We're going deep.
Ooh, very timely.
Yeah, I think so. And, we're really going to be diving into the science behind all those purported benefits.
Right.
Our source material today is going to be a YouTube video by Dr. Eric Berg, D.C. It's called The Real Reason Why Apple Cider Vinegar Helps with Weight Loss.
Okay.
And his central argument is a little bit surprising.
Okay.
He says that most people are too alkaline, not too acidic, and that ACV can help with that.
Interesting. So we've always heard about, the dangers of being too acidic.
Right.
But it's really important to remember that different parts of the body have different pH levels.
Uh-huh.
So blood pH is going to be the most critical,
Yeah.
but it's also the most difficult to test accurately.
Right.
So pH, basically measures how acidic or alkaline something is on a scale of 0 to 14.
Gotcha. So like a balancing act almost.
Exactly.
Okay. Interesting. And Dr. Berg, he actually cites the CIBA Encyclopedia of Endocrinology
Wow.
to back up his claim that stress can actually tip the scales towards alkalinity.
Oh, that's interesting.
I don't know about you, but I can relate to some stress.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh, so.
And when we're stressed, our bodies pump out cortisol, the stress hormone.
Right.
And high levels of cortisol can actually lead to a loss of acid and potassium,
right,
which just furthers that alkaline state.
Right.
And this can manifest in like muscle twitches and cramps.
Oh, really?
Even nerve pain.
Wow, I had no idea.
Yeah, it's like your body's sending you an SOS.
Interesting. So, okay, so stress can cause all that. But then it gets even more interesting.
Okay.
He goes on to say that drinking alkaline Reiner can actually worsen this imbalance. And that we should stick to like naturally alkaline water instead.
Okay. So that might seem a little counterintuitive.
Yeah.
But it actually makes sense when you think about it.
Okay.
If your body's already kind of tipping towards being alkaline,
yeah,
adding more alkaline substances just pushes it further out of balance.
Okay, so it's all about finding that balance.
Exactly.
Right. So what about something like high-protein diets?
Okay.
Could those be messing with our pH?
They definitely could.
Okay.
So Dr. Berg points out that a byproduct of protein breakdown called guanidine is highly alkaline.
Interesting.
So essentially, it's a waste product that's created when your body breaks down protein. If you're on a high-protein diet, this buildup of guanidine can make your body too alkaline.
Okay.
And potentially lead to things like stiffness, even arthritis.
So ACV is like the superhero of pH balance then?
Well, it seems like Dr. Berg thinks so.
Okay.
He even suggests a specific ACV drink recipe.
Oh, yeah.
With lemon juice, cranberry juice, and ginger. And he claims that this drink can help stimulate the thyroid.
Okay.
And acidify the stomach, which might contribute to weight loss.
Oh, interesting. It sounds kind of refreshing.
Yeah.
Lemon juice, cranberry juice, ginger.
But it's worth noting that the scientific evidence for ACV's weight loss effects is still pretty limited.
Yeah.
So individual results may vary.
Right. Of course. And then, get this, he specifically cautions people with a slow metabolism to skip the cranberry juice.
Really?
Yeah. It's like he's tailoring this drink to your own needs.
That's interesting. So it really emphasizes the importance of listening to your body and understanding how different foods might affect you.
Absolutely. So remember earlier we were talking about mineral absorption?
Yeah.
Well, Dr. Berg connects ACV to improved calcium mobilization,
okay,
better protein digestion, and even immune system support.
Right. And this makes sense when you consider how pH affects those processes.
Yeah.
The acidity of ACV can actually help break down minerals into a form that's easier for your body to absorb. And it also creates a more favorable environment for protein digestion. And it strengthens your body's natural defenses.
Wow, that's amazing. It really does seem like ACV can be a powerful tool.
It does.
Dr. Berg, he even goes so far as to say that ACV is better than vitamin C for fighting colds and viral infections.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He believes that it all comes down to the acid.
So while vitamin C does have its own benefits,
right,
Dr. Berg really emphasizes the role of acidity in supporting the immune system.
That's fascinating. It's really making me rethink my whole approach to health. Like, what if something as simple as adding a bit of apple cider vinegar to our diet could actually help with all these common issues?
Yeah, it's a really interesting idea.
It is. Before we move on to some of his other points, I want to take a quick second to remind all of you amazing folks watching on YouTube to like and subscribe to Thinkiverse podcast.
Yes, please do.
We put out deep dives like this every day, unlocking knowledge across the spectrum. So hit that button and stay tuned for more. Now back to the fascinating world of ACV.
All right. Let's dive back in.
Okay.
So Dr. Berg's connecting ACV to all these health benefits,
Right.
He's not just talking about weight loss.
Right.
He says it can improve mineral absorption,
Yeah.
boost protein digestion,
Yeah.
and even support your immune system.
And some of his claims are pretty bold.
Right.
Like, he's arguing that ACV is better than vitamin C for fighting colds and viral infections.
Wow.
He says it all comes down to the acid.
That's an interesting point. And it kind of ties back to the importance of pH balance.
Right.
So while vitamin C does have, antioxidant properties,
Yeah.
it's the acidity of ACV that Dr. Berg is really emphasizing for immune support.
It makes you wonder if we've been overlooking these simple natural remedies,
Right.
like ACV.
Yeah.
I mean, what if something as easy as adding a little apple cider vinegar to your diet could actually help with all these common health issues?
Yeah, it's a pretty compelling thought.
It is.
I think the main takeaway here is that maintaining a balanced pH level is really crucial for our overall health and well-being.
Right.
And while more research is always needed, Dr. Berg's insights into the potential benefits of ACV are definitely intriguing.
For sure. I totally agree. Now, I know some people might be thinking like, wait a minute, vinegar, that stuff's super sour. How am I supposed to drink that every day?
Yeah.
But Dr. Berg's recipe actually has a few other ingredients to make it more palatable.
Right. He adds lemon juice,
Okay.
which not only, provides some extra flavor, but also gives you that extra vitamin C and antioxidants.
Uh-huh.
And then there's cranberry juice,
Okay.
which is known for its own, set of health benefits, particularly for urinary tract health.
Right.
And finally, he adds a touch of ginger,
Yeah.
which can help with digestion and has anti-inflammatory properties.
It sounds like a pretty potent health tonic.
Yeah.
I'm kind of tempted to try it myself.
Yeah, me too.
And who knows, maybe I'll even start craving that sour taste.
Right. Because Dr. Berg mentioned that if your body truly needs something, you might start to crave it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like your body's way of telling you what it's lacking.
That's so fascinating. It's
That's
like our
right.
bodies have this innate wisdom that we often overlook.
Absolutely. We're complex systems, constantly striving for balance.
Right.
And sometimes the simplest solutions can have the most profound effects.
Well said. So to wrap things up, it seems like Dr. Berg's making a pretty strong case for apple cider vinegar as a potential solution for a whole range of health issues that might stem from an overly alkaline state.
Yeah, and it's a good reminder that our bodies are constantly striving for balance.
Right?
And sometimes simple adjustments like incorporating ACV into our diets could make a big difference.
Absolutely. And remember, he shared that recipe for the ACV drink with lemon juice, cranberry juice, and ginger.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I'm definitely going to give it a try.
Although maybe I'll hold back on the cranberry juice since my metabolism isn't exactly a speed demon.
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah. It's all about listening to your body and finding what works best for you.
Couldn't agree more. So here's a thought-provoking question to leave you with. Could ACV be a key to unlocking better health and well-being?
Food for thought.
It is. It really is. Yeah, it really is. It's amazing to think that something as simple as ACV could have such a big impact on our health. It really highlights the power of natural remedies.
Oh, absolutely. And it really just, underscores how important it is to understand our bodies and what they need.
For sure. So true. Before we wrap up, I want to touch on one more point that Dr. Berg made.
Okay.
He claims that cravings can actually be a sign of an imbalance in the body.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like if you're craving salty foods, it could mean you need more minerals, or if you're craving sweets, it could be a sign of a blood sugar imbalance.
That's a really interesting perspective. It suggests that maybe cravings are more than just psychological desires.
Right.
Like they could actually be our body's way of communicating what it needs.
Exactly. It makes you wonder how much we can learn by just paying attention to our bodies and what they're trying to tell us.
It's a good point. We often just try to ignore those signals.
Right.
But what if they're actually giving us valuable clues?
Yeah, to better health.
Exactly.
I love that. Tuning in to our inner wisdom. I think that's a great takeaway from this deep dive.
Yeah, for sure.
So to sum it all up, we explored Dr. Berg's claims about ACV and how it can benefit people who might be too alkaline.
Right.
We talked about pH balance and how things like stress and diet, even the water we drink can affect it. And we discussed how ACD might help with everything from mineral absorption to immune system support.
Yeah, and we even touched on some more out there ideas like how ACV might be better than vitamin C for fighting off colds and viruses.
That's right. And let's not forget that delicious ACV drink recipe that Dr. Berg shared.
Definitely got to try that one.
I know, and experiment with it,
Yeah.
minus the cranberry juice, of course.
Oh, that'd be a good call.
Yeah. So remember, everybody, it's all about finding what works best for your individual body. Listen to those cues.
Yes.
And don't be afraid to try out natural remedies like ACV.
Exactly.
So here's one final thought-provoking question for you. Could ACV be the simple natural solution we've been searching for to address all these common health issues?
That's a good question.
It's definitely worth exploring further.
I think so.
Well, that brings us to the end of another knowledge-packed deep dive here on Thinkiverse Podcast.
Thanks for joining us, everyone.
Do forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating explorations